Today we are out here to test the DJI microphone
and the DJI MIC MINI. To put the mic to the test, we've actually come to one of the most windiest cities in all of Australia, on the south coast of West Oz, and it's currently blowing about 28 knots. My current prediction is that the DJI mic is going to be a lot clearer and crispier, and the small girl might struggle. I've been using this mic for about 2 weeks now, just doing voiceovers at home and little interview style like videos, and it's been great. But outdoors, I think the DJI mic might be take the cake.
I think small things come in great packages, and knowing DJI, they have compacted everything they can into this mini microphone to make it better than the original, because you want people to buy it. So we're going to push this thing, give it the full test. Look, my prediction is, it sounds humbling, we each pick the other person's mic, but my prediction is with the Mini, just because my drone, the Mini, is better than any other drone I've had. DJI know what they're doing. So let's put it to the test.
So in order to do the first test, we're going to stand behind this cliff face here that's out of the wind. We're currently standing in the wind, so you already know if the audio is good.
Yeah, true.
If
you know the wind
terrible, we'll be back there. And we're just going to do a side-by-side comparison in audios from talking from behind the cliff all the way to the front of the cliff.
And then, just because we're feeling real wild, we're going to take the windshields off and see if that makes any difference.
That could be dangerous.
Dangerous.
Dangerous to decibels.
This camera's fallen once. Please don't fall while we're around the corner.
So a fun fact for this DJI MIC MINI, I think you get 40 meters worth of range on the transmitter. And I'm going to walk behind this cliff now just to see if I can get it out of sight and see if you can still hear me. And if you can still hear me behind this cliff, why don't you go ahead and just subscribe to the channel whilst you're listening to this crispy, clean audio.
Now the difference in this video is Rob's is going straight into the transmitter, whereas mine is actually recording into the microphone. 40 minutes of straight recording without being plugged in or transmitted into anything. Pretty wild. Big point there for DJI. The Mini can't actually do that. I'm also going to walk behind the cliff, even though it means nothing, but I just want to do it. So here we go. I know you guys can still hear me because the microphone's in my hand, but it is a good test because I'm now out of the wind, whereas Rob is standing in the wind again.
And you have a nice, handsome shot of me at sunset.
I will say, that's a great shot.
It'd be better if there was a couple of ladies in it, so if you're not. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to walk around this cliff face, because I'm currently facing downwind of the mic, and we're going to test the limits of how it just sounds in raw audio. So we're coming out and around, taking this beautiful sunset here in Western Australia, and hoping that the audio stays pretty crisp. I'm going to take this windshield off and put it to its actual limit. It's not waterproof, and we get a bit of spray here. So here we go. This is the DJI MIC MINI without the windshield on. Hopefully it's still providing good audio. The wind's in my hair, the salt's in the sky, the sun's on the horizon, and hopefully it's performing pretty good. We'll only know after the video. One thing that I will say, I've been quite impressed with this microphone for how compact, small, ease of use it is. The transmitter, although you have to plug it into the camera, I'm going to put this windshield back on. The one thing I will say about the DJI MIC MINI, for its size, it is pretty mighty. It's very compact. It comes with 2 microphones and a transmitter that plugs into cameras, or you can connect to GoPro cameras via Bluetooth, so long the camera is above a GoPro grade 10. So that is a little bit of a pitfall, and the audio does cut in and out. I predominantly use this microphone for voiceovers and a lot of my edits, or if I'm doing an interview style video. But outdoors, using this Sony A7 with the windshield on, we're hoping that we're getting crispy audio and you guys back home can hear and make out what I'm saying. Because a lot of the time when I'm speaking on camera, it's just gibberish and garbage. But at least now it's clean gibberish and garbage.
So now we're here with the original DJI microphone. We did listen back to Rob's, and I think it's going to be tough to beat because it sounded pretty bloody good even without the windshield on. You guys have already seen that, but we haven't properly, so I could be wrong. However, where I'm standing right now, I'm pretty covered from the wind, so I think we got to go back into the danger zone over here, if you come with me. I will say, you can't get much windier than this. How's the lighting looking? We all good? I'm going to do the unthinkable, and I'm also going to take the wind cover off. Here we go. Alright, this is it. This is straight out the microphone in a very windy spot. I am genuinely getting covered by ocean water as we speak. I wouldn't trade that for anything, so I'm not complaining. Now, I don't think this is doing as well, so I'm not going to talk for as much, but I do just want to get a point of the exact comparison so that you guys can decide for yourself. Is it worth getting the Mini, or should you just stick to the original microphone here? So, I'm going to put the windshield back on. Rob is the reason I've actually locked back in on YouTube, because I was in America and he commented on one of my videos. I found his channel. I've known him since I was probably 3 years old, 4 years old, whatever, I don't know. A long time. I didn't even know he was doing YouTube until he popped up on my comment. So whilst I'm here, Rob's video is linked in the description. Go check him out. Some of the coolest videos I've seen from anybody on YouTube, and I'm not just saying that, so go check him out.
So another feature of the DJI MIC MINI is that you have these mountable clips. Super handy if you want them on your t-shirt. But what they also designed is a magnet that goes on the inside, because you want to get a clear direction between you and the microphone as well as the transmitter. So having it stay on the t-shirt like this, if you're doing a lot of outdoor content in the wind, super handy because you don't have to hold a microphone the whole time. That's all the features that I know for the DJI MIC MINI.
Yo, 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 Jakey T Vlogs. It's actually just Jakey T now. I've taken it personal that Rob thinks his microphone can beat mine. So I'm in the exact same spot, and funnily enough, this microphone has the exact same features. I can clip it onto my shirt, but is that a bit close to my mouth? Maybe. I'm gonna lose my hat here, guys. And, you know, down there a little bit. However, I did notice I might need to turn some decibels up because it was struggling to actually capture what I was saying when I was using this the other day. Still, this is exciting. I've not been able to test this microphone against anything. I'm actually going to have to take my hat off. I'm going to lose it. So being able to be up here in, as Rob said, one of the windiest cities in Australia, probably the windiest city I've ever been to, and I've been to Chicago, the windy city, and I can confirm it was not this windy. So I think both microphones are definitely holding up how they're supposed to, but the question is, which one is better for YouTube in 2026?
All right, this is DJI MIC MINI at a 2 meter range, at a 5 meter range, at a 10 meter range, at a 20 meter range. And this is the DJI MIC MINI at a 40 meter range. It's also at the edge of this rock face that goes straight into water. So 40 meters is currently the limit of what I'm willing to test. I don't really want to get wet right now. Well, I do a little bit, but not by the ocean. So take what you will with that information. Just walking back now, just on the chest. So just gonna keep testing it. It's still quite windy conditions. And if it does cut out, I'd be interested to see at what point along this trail it does kick back in. So just walking towards Jake and the camera and all you subscribers at home. Shout out to Jake. He's a good bloke and loving to see him on this YouTube journey and provide informative, functional and transparent videos and product reviews. Ew. Radio guy, oh fuck, I hate saying that shit. Tonight we're gonna be testing the DJI MIC MINI versus the DJI MIC. DJI MIC MINI, DJI MIC. DJI MIC MINI, DJI MIC. No mic. DJI mics. Crispy clean. Yeah, that's all I know. I don't know, crispy clean. This is the new DJI Mini mic. It comes with 2 microphones and a transmitter. Got a range about 40 meters with direct line to the transmitter. And this is the DJI mic original, which comes with an inbuilt recording transmitter and a pretty crispy microphone. But what people want to know is which one has more crispy audio. So right now, I'm going to be talking about myself and how I was a young boy and grew up into being a handsome man. And hopefully you can hear me tell you that story whilst I use the DJI mic original. I was a small boy and grew up in a very windy town, but that was okay, because DJI came up with 2 sets of microphones that are helping us make videos online and deliver clean, crispy audios that match our handsome faces. Now, as we've mentioned 1 or 2 times already, we are in a very windy spot. Both these microphones currently have windshields on, because if we didn't, we'd get something that sounded a little bit like this. The question we want answered is there one that's better than the other? We don't know yet because we're filming this video actively. So, one more time whilst we're in this lovely location. This is the DJI microphone
the original, the pioneer of wireless DJI microphones. And when we move that away and bring in the Mini, the newer, and I will say, holding in the fingertips, much lighter version, the DJI Mini. Which one is better? Which one should you use? Well, you're gonna have to answer that one yourself. I'm sure by this point of the video, you have already made your mind up on which microphone you deem better or which one you would buy if you were going to buy one. Whilst editing, I put some points down myself. So, DJI microphone, with the windshield on, 10 out of 10. The audio that come out of my microphone, with that windshield on, in some of the windiest conditions I've ever been in, I cannot fault it. However, without the microphone, it's only about a 5. The DJI Mini is probably a 9 out of 10 with the windshield and a 7 to 8 out of 10 without. You could hear Rob a lot clearer than you could me when the windshields were off, which is quite interesting. I thought it would have been very similar on both, but I noticed with the windshield, mine probably just pipped the Mini. Take that into account. That was very windy conditions. I didn't even test them without because they're gonna be good. It's pretty obvious. The next thing I thought was interesting was that they both had very similar features. The only difference is the DJI mic can act as a standalone microphone. Does not need to connect to a camera like the Mini does. To me, that would make it worth getting the DJI microphone over the Mini. A big thing to note as well, in the video, Rob says it can go about 40 meters, I believe, from the transmitter. I've done some further research. My one, the original DJI microphone, can go 250 meters from the transmitter and still put audio out. The Mini, 400 meters. If you'd like us to test that, please let me know down below. We'll set it up a less windy day. We'll go for a big walk across an oval or whatever, and we'll test at which point the transmitter cuts out. I think that would be interesting, but only if you guys are interested in that. Me personally, I would not upgrade. After this video, it does not make me want to run out and grab the Mini 2 because I am more than happy with the microphone as it is. However, if I was buying new, would I get the Mini? Probably. If it's there in store, the new product, it is good enough where I would happily get it, so keep that in mind. For me, I believe the original DJI microphone is the winner. Not that it's a competition, you guys can make your mind up yourself. I'm very happy with it. I'm sure you guys saw in the footage, it is more than good enough, but hey, let me know down below which one you guys think is the better microphone. And make sure you subscribe to Rob whilst you're down there. Thanks for watching this one. I'll see you in the next one. Let me know what you want. Microphone review, camera reviews, GoPros, 360s. Let me know. I've got it all. See you in the next one.